The rights which the reformers laid claim in 1819 were those of political organization, the freedom of the press, and the freedom of public meeting. Beyond these three, there was the right to vote. We may take these in order. For the first, the British working class had already become, as it was to remain for 100 years, perhaps the most clubbable working class in Europe. The facility with which English working men formed societies in the early 19th century is formidable. The influence of Methodism and of dissenting chapels, the lengthening experience of the friendly societies and trade unions, the forms of parliamentary constitutionalism as observed on the hustings or as mediated by middle class and self educated reformers to the working class movement. All these influences had diffused a general addiction to the forms and proprieties of organizational constitutionalism. It seems at times that half a dozen working men could scarcely sit in a room together without appointing a chairman, raising a point of order, or moving the previous question. A motion was made that no person but leaders of sections should vote. One gentleman got up and spoke as follows: Mr. Chair, Mr. Chair, Mr. Chair, I desire you will do your duty in keeping order. After he had repeated this so often, I was afraid of his lungs. The chairman called out, Order, order, and with such a voice that made me tremble. He then proceeded: Mr. Chair, I look upon us here as being members sent to this here place to transact the business of reform in same manner as our business should be done in Parliament, to which I compare us here. He then took his seat when up started two or three others, one of them saying he had only a few words to say in opposition to that gentleman who had compared this place to the House of Commons, that house of corruption, that den of thieves, as Cobbett properly called it. If he thought they resembled that company in any way, he would never come into this place again. The account is from Manchester, but if another informer's report is to be believed, the Cato Street conspirators, while plotting in a garret the assassination of the cabinet, found it necessary to appoint one of their number as chairman, with a pike as symbol of office, and to take the questions of beheading Castlereagh and firing the Tower of London in proper form, with a vote upon the substantive motion. This playing at Parliament was only the ridiculous side of the creative tradition of organization. To unite in the face of exploitation or oppression was almost the instinctual response of such men as weavers and colliers. They themselves had come to understand that it was only through organization that they could transform themselves from a mob into a political movement. Moreover, while Pitt's legislation against national delegate or corresponding societies remained on the statute book, when the Gagging Acts expired in 1818, the right of local organization could only with difficulty be challenged at law. The last months of 1818 and the first of 1819 saw a number of new models of local reform societies: the Stockport Political Union, the Hull Political Protestants, the British Forum in London. When compared with the corresponding societies or Hampden clubs, they are distinguished by their open character. They were, above all, centers for debate and political discussion. In Newcastle, they were called political reading societies, and for the sale of radical publications. As such, they were less open to provocations by spies. The spies could enter, but what else could they do?